Do you wish you could be the present mom you've always wanted to be, but still need to provide an income for your family? Are you tired of scouring the internet for legit jobs that will replace your income and that you can do from home in your PJs? Hey friend, welcome to the Virtual Assistant Mama podcast. I know you're over there Googling jobs for moms, legit work at home jobs, or start a side hustle, yet you can't figure out how to take that first step. So instead, you stay stuck, do nothing, or start random side hustles to try to make quick money. Becoming a virtual assistant is the answered prayer you've been waiting for. My name is Ariana, and I'm a former teacher turned work-at-home mom who replaced my teaching income as a virtual assistant in just 6 months. I did this by taking a step of faith and following the dream that God placed on my heart to be home with my babies. Mama, your dreams pale in comparison to God's dreams for you. Imagine offering services that light you up, working with clients who value you and pay you what you're worth, and having a job that works around your life and not the other way around. This is the podcast for you. It's time to take that first step. Are you ready? Here we go. Hey, friends. Welcome back to the Virtual Assistant Mama podcast. Before we jump into today's episode, I just want to let you know that we have something super exciting coming up here in a few weeks. Starting November 13th and running through the 17th, I will be hosting the 5 Steps to Become a Virtual Assistant series here on the podcast. So every day, November 13th through Friday, November 17th, you can come here and learn exactly what steps you need to take in order to become a successful and profitable virtual assistant. And also, running at the same exact time, we will be having a flash sale on the Virtual Assistant Mama Academy. This sale is going to be amazing. I never, ever have VAMA discounted this much, so y'all are going to want to get in on it. And I just wanted to give you a heads up it's coming so you can start figuring out your finances, maybe sell something you don't use anymore, cut back on your coffee, whatever you need to do, because the Virtual Assistant Mama Academy is going to be everything you need to replace your income, work from home with your babies, and be the present mom you've always wanted to be. So if you join in during the flash sale, just imagine what your life could look like 6 months from now. Maybe you're hitting up summer, not having to go back to your 9-to-5 anymore. How would that feel? I know that this is possible for you, and I want this for you so much. So get ready. It's coming November 13th through the 17th, our 5 Steps to Become a Virtual Assistant series, and our flash sale on the Virtual Assistant Mama Academy. All right, so today's episode, I want to talk to those busy mamas who are just really struggling with time management, trying to figure out how they can get everything done that they need to do, working from home or even working out of the house, trying to be present moms, trying to be the best wives we can be, to be the best friend we can be, moms, everything we're trying to do every single day. So in this episode, I'm going to share with you 3 essential time management tips that I think are going to help you feel like Superwoman. Every person is going to be asking, how are you able to get this all done? And it's with these 3 tips. So tip number 1, and you might not like me for this, is to establish a daily routine. Having a structured schedule can really improve your productivity and help you balance your work and family responsibilities. Now, I'm not saying routine as in like it has to be super structured, the same every single day. It can never change. It can never adjust because, like, let's be real, we have kids. Things are never going to stay the way we actually want them to. So you do need to have some flexibility with this. But just having a general outline to go off of will help you start to figure out where the pockets of your time are going so you're not wasting time and so you feel like you can actually get everything done. So to start, you're going to set specific work hours, and then if you're in a 9-to-5 still, then that's probably dictated by your 9-to-5. But if you're already working on your virtual assistant business, you could just set those hours for the most part. So you need to write down in a planner when those work hours are going to be. So you want to designate blocks of time for focused work when your children are maybe engaged in activities that they can do on their own, napping, maybe they're at school. So during these periods, it's really important to minimize distractions, maybe put your phone on airplane mode, or even better, you can set up focus modes on your phone where like certain people can get through and call you. Like if your kids are at school, the school could call you if there's an emergency, but it'll block like all their other calls and notifications. So you could set that up and then turn that on when you're working. That way, you know, you're super focused. You're not going to get distracted, and you're going to be able to get the things that you want to get done. All right, so not only can setting up a routine for your work help you, but creating a routine for your family is going to be really helpful as well. So consistent meal times, consistent nap times, play times, having a routine for your kids, they're going to know what's coming and what to expect, and they're more likely to not freak out about you needing 30 minutes of peace and quiet. They'll be more likely to like play independently in the other room while you work if they're used to that routine. Okay. You do want to make sure that you have your dedicated work time, but you also need to make sure you have dedicated quality family time. It's really important to have that because otherwise, obviously, your kids are going to be feeling neglected and then they're never going to let you get any work done. So make sure you build in that quality family time where you're putting your work aside and you're solely focused on your kids. Communication throughout all of this is really key. So you want to make sure to explain what the schedule is going to look like to your family so that they know when you'll be available for them and when they need to leave you the heck alone so you can get some work done. All right, tip number 2, the second time management tip I have for y'all today is to prioritize your tasks. With so many different responsibilities on your plate, you have to identify those most important tasks and then tackle them first. Now, I don't love making to-do lists. You can do this if that's where you're at right now, but I really recommend you try to automate everything as much as possible. And I don't mean like getting different softwares for all these different things. That's not what I mean by automate. By automate, I mean figuring out what you have to do on a consistent, recurring basis. Maybe that's recurring daily tasks. Maybe it's something you have to do a couple times a week, a couple times a month, a couple times a year, but have that planned out in a program where you know exactly what's coming down the pike. You can set the due date for it. You know it's going to happen however often it's supposed to happen for you. And you're not trying to keep that all in your brain and try to remember it because you're going to forget. Okay, so if you put it into a project management system, I personally love Trello, Trello. That's where I put all of my work tasks. And this is a great way to just take it out of your head. And that way, when you sit down to work, you just go and look and be like, okay, I just got to get this done, this done, this done, and then I'm done. I do have a free weekly planning template that I have for y'all in Trello, and you can grab that at arianavernier.com/free-weekly-planner or grab the link in the show notes. Also, really helpful if you batch similar tasks together. So if you have a lot of different tasks to do on social media to market your business, you can batch those into one day. That way your brain is focused on that same category of work and it's not trying to bounce around because you're going to be a lot less productive and having to spend a lot more time trying to get in the zone than actually getting things done. All right, tip number 3 for those busy work-at-home mamas, or even if you're not working at home, to manage your time better is to utilize time blocking. Time blocking is a very powerful strategy to help you manage your time effectively. This is where you look at your work tasks, you figure out how long it's going to take you, just an estimate of how long it's going to take you to get your work done. And then you assign those tasks to work blocks where you know you're actually going to have the time to get that done. So if you have a set of tasks that you've grouped together that you know is going to take you 4 hours, you don't want to assign that to a work block that's only 3 hours long, because you're not going to be able to get everything done, and then you're going to have to get back in that mode to finish that last hour. And so you just want to be really conscious of where you're assigning things throughout your work blocks or time blocks in general. You can have a work block, but you should also have like a morning routine block, time quality family time block, time for yourself in the evenings, your nighttime routine block. All of those different things are going to help you just feel like a powerhouse in all the different areas of your life. You want to make sure you're not multitasking, because it's really easy to get distracted during your work block with doing a household chore or doing something for your kiddos. I mean, obviously our kiddos might need us sometimes, but as much as you can, try to minimize those distractions. All right, y'all. I hope those tips to help you manage your time better were helpful. Let me go ahead and review them. Number 1 is to establish a daily routine. This needs to be flexible, but just have some consistency so you know what to expect, and so do your kids. Tip number 2 is to prioritize your tasks and batch those tasks together as much as you can. And then tip number 3 is to utilize time blocking to figure out when you're going to get everything on that never-ending to-do list done. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. Let me know if you have any questions. Come into our free Facebook community at facebook.com/groups/virtual assistant mama. Drop your questions there. I'm more than happy to answer them for you. I love y'all so much, and we will see you next time. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I would love to bless you with a free gift as a thank you. All you have to do is leave a review of the show on Apple Podcasts, take a screenshot, and send it to podcast@virtualassistantmama.com. I'll send you a code so you can snag my virtual assistant toolkit for free. And don't forget to come hang out with us in our free community, facebook.com/groups/virtual assistant mama. I'm so honored to support you in your journey to becoming a virtual assistant. Until next week, y'all, keep following the dreams that were placed on your heart so you can be the present mama you've always wanted to be.